Hey guys, Tiny Tom back with another review for you. Today we're going to be looking at the Enermax Staray case. It's a budget case. Budget in the sense that in the UK you can get this for under 40 quid, £40. Now obviously with a budget case you're going to have to cut some corners in some places, and one of the places obviously they cut corners on is the box. It's just a normal round box. No pictures on like you'd normally expect with some of the other cases. Just a bit of information there about the fact that it can take an ATX motherboard and micro ATX, how many drive bays you've got, just the normal stuff. So it's not going to beat around the bush, and we get this straight out the box now. Okay, so this is how it come out the box. Got an installation manual there, and a couple of Velcro cable ties, very similar to what Enermax send out with their power supplies. We turn the case the right way up, take the polystyrene off, and you're left with the plastic bag. Now, this is quite a shock for me. It's been a long time since I've had what I would call a MIDI tower or a mid tower in. Just standard ATX size, nothing enormous. Now, got a plastic cover there over 220mm fans I think you can mount in there, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. If we look at the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5¼ inch drive bays, and then a 3½ inch bay there. On the front we've got 2 USBs, microphone, headset, and then you've got a button for lights. We'll see what that does later. That's power, and that's reset. I'll get the camera off the tripod so we can give you a closer look. There we go at the front. You can see the fan now. I think there's 120mm behind that. I will tell you when I get the side off. Go in, you can see USB, USB, mic, headphone, a light button, power button, and the smaller button in there is the reset. The case is actually pretty light, which I'm quite surprised about, but there's the side panel. Come around the back and you've got a mount there for 120mm fan, 92mm fan and an 80mm fan. It's all very, the PCI plates are not, you're not able to put them back in by the looks of things. A couple of water cooling grommets. I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod. Right, so we'll take the side panel off. Now, obviously with a £40 case, you've got to make some corners. Now the attachment for the side panels is tiny, and there's quite a bit of flex there. But what we've got to remember is we are dealing with a budget case here, so it's not going to have all the bells and whistles that some of the other cases will. If you have a look on the side, there's a mount there for 120 and 140mm fan there. Now taking the side off, this is straight away, it looks very, very similar, if not exactly the same, to the cooler mask. I think it was 330 Elites. These drive bay attachments, well, the whole layout actually it looks very similar to that to me. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a rebranded case. But the 330 has been very popular, so yeah, it looks very similar to me. The attachments for the drives, you literally just take them out, and so it's toolless. there's a 120mm intake in the front. Now that's an Enermax red bladed LED fan. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact name of the fan, but I will look it up for the conclusion of the video for you. The PCI plates, obviously you can remove them, but once they're out you can't put them back in. They're not the type that you slide in, they're made into the case. So yeah, a couple of water cooling grommets in the back. Can you take the back panel off? Yep. Well, whiz the back panel off. Same again with the back panel. This one actually feels quite sturdier than the other side. You're not going to have any room behind here to hide cables. There just isn't any room there whatsoever, so everything's going to be on the inside or stashed down here. Front's quite difficult to get off. There we go. Now the front, the mesh actually does have some foam filters on there, which obviously you'll be able to take off and clean. So does the 120mm in the front. You can just pop the foam out. I'll move it over here so you can see a bit better. You can just pop the foam in and out, so that will help keep dust down inside. Exposed buttons there. That's the light button. That must be for the front fan, so you can turn the front fan light on and off. So there we go, that's the first view of the outside of the Staray. What I'm going to do now is put a test system in there, so we can see how it performs, how it looks, what it's like to build, and then I'll be back with the second half of the video later on. Tiny Tom Logan out.